This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jamie Glazov Moment. Tonight, Hamas pays Muslims to get shot by the IDF. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably haven't heard about this on CNN or MSNBC. They're too busy discussing Trump's collusion with the Russians to win the election. But in recent Gaza protests against Israel, Hamas was paying $500 to Palestinians to get shot by the IDF and $3,000 to the family of those that get killed. Very interesting. Didn't see a whole series of features and analyses of this by Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon and Rachel Maddow. I wonder why. But we will, of course, see it reported about how Israel has killed the Palestinian protesters. Robert Spencer has pointed out at Jihad Watch that the Palestinian victimhood propaganda industry is always short of actual victims. So it has to manufacture atrocities with willing help from the international media. So that's what's happening here, my friends. As we know, this is how totalitarian movements work. While they abuse, while they perpetrate their violence and their terror, they make themselves the victims. And we see it happening again right now as Hamas was paying its people and the Palestinians to get shot, to get killed, and then portray themselves as victims, and they will pay for it. And reports have also already started coming out that Hamas has already begun making these payments. As the Jewish press has pointed out, very interestingly enough, we're not going to see any Hamas leaders or their family members on the front lines getting shot. I wonder why. Well, I guess they want to live, and I guess they don't really need $500 because, you see, they're all millionaires and billionaires. So it's just, they leave that to the people that they keep in misery and in poverty, and then just feed them a whole bunch of Quranic verses to convince them to be martyrs for the Islamic cause and for Allah. What does this all say about the battle we are in? Who is good and who is evil? Oh, I'm so sorry to suggest that it's all not blurry and gray. In terms of the Palestinian-Israeli battle, imagine the Israeli government offering Israeli citizens money to go to the Palestinian territories and to get shot. And then the Israeli government is offering money to Israeli families, even higher amounts, if their Israeli family member gets killed by intentionally going and trying to get killed amongst Palestinians. That wouldn't happen. It doesn't happen because here's the difference. When it comes to Israel and when it comes to Western civilization, there is a value placed on human life. When it comes to the Palestinian death cult and to Islamic supremacism and to jihad and to Sharia, there is value placed on death. And what side is the left on? The left is on the side of the Palestinian death cult. So just let this let this sink in. We have one side right now that's continuing the Islamic tradition of what bin Laden said. We love death the way that you love life. Hamas is making it very, very evident right now, right in front of our faces, that they are getting their boys, their girls, their children to intentionally provoke and get themselves into dangerous situations, but also to place Israelis into danger, to force the Israelis to try to protect their own lives in self-defense by shooting. And they're paying Palestinians to act in this suicidal and provocational manner and then paying money for it. And the left is on the side of Hamas. As I show in my book and demonstrate in my book, United in Hate, this is no surprise because the left is always on the side of totalitarian death cults. Because in the end, the left, well, that's a whole other matter and a whole other video, and I explain it in my book why the left is on the side of these totalitarian death cults. But one element of this is it's not just the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And of course they're supporting destruction and they want the destruction of Western civilization. But the leftist is also living vicariously through what's happening in these death cults. It makes complete logic for the left to be on the side of Hamas. And you understand that logic when you begin to understand the left. Because in building the utopian paradise, in destroying one's own host democratic society, in destroying Western civilization, as you're building that utopian earthly paradise, there has to be bloodshed, and there has to be the blood of others. But in the final chapter, to build that utopian earthly paradise, the blood must, in the end, become one's own. See you on the next Jamie Glazov moment. Good night.